Hi everyone, I'm Louise from Team Forleo and I'm here to welcome you before we bring Marie on. So let's start by introducing ourselves in the chat. I see a lot of you have already. Let us know who you are and where you're watching from. So today we're covering the 5 mistakes even smart entrepreneurs make and how to avoid them. If you haven't already, download the webinar workbook. We included a link to it in the follow-up emails that we sent. The webinar workbook will help you follow along and take notes so you don't miss a thing. We're going to get started in just a minute. Now, I know some of you joined today to get your questions answered by Marie, so throughout this webinar, just leave your questions in the comments. And at the end of class, Marie will tackle as many questions as she can. So let's get started. Marie Forleo is the creator of the award-winning show and podcast Marie TV, and founder of the online business training program B-School, which has helped nearly 40,000 entrepreneurs start and grow their companies. Marie's been named one of the top 100 websites for entrepreneurs by Forbes.com and a thought leader for the next generation by Oprah. She's been featured everywhere from Entrepreneur Magazine to Women's Health and has been interviewed by Tony Robbins and mentored young business owners alongside Richard Branson. Through our Change Your Life, Change the World initiative, every product purchased helps support a person in need. But this might be my favorite way to introduce Marie.
Marie Forleo is a leader in a whole new generation of super solars.
Everything is figure-outable. I'm here to help you get crystal clear on your dreams and your ambition. Now it is time to take a strong stand for who you are, what you believe in, and most importantly, the difference you were born to make. Let's do this. What's up, guys? Are you ready to start this webinar with a little safety dance? Because I think that's how the best business webinars start off, with a little safety dance. I don't know. Can you hang? Are we going to do this? Listen for it. What? We ain't stopping until we hear that beat. Ready? Yes! It's webinar time! Yes!
We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Cause your friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
Okay, that's good. All right. That we're going to dance a little bit more later, but I thought a safety dance would just be appropriate for today's webinar. So, Audrey, let's go to the slides. I'll see you guys at the end. Get ready to learn. We're going to do this. All right, are we up? I'm assuming we are. Okay. The 5 biggest mistakes even smart entrepreneurs make and how to avoid them. I am so excited for this. So before we really get going, what I want you to do is take a look around. I'm actually going to do this right now too. I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode so there's no more safety dances popping up. I want you to do the same. Take a look at your computer. If you've got a million tabs open, close them down. If you've got your iPhone or whatever phone, turn it on the airplane mode. Because here's the deal. You can either train yourself to be scattered, or you can train yourself to be focused and present. And I promise, if you're fully present during this webinar, you are going to get so much value, even more than the safety dance, which quite frankly, I think that was worth the price of admission. But if your attention is split, or if you're trying to multitask, honestly, you really are wasting your time. Not to mention, you're training your brain to underperform. So know this, distraction is a dream killer. Let's get focused and do this. Number 2, little heads up. If you're someone who offends yourself with adult language, it is likely going to happen during this webinar. So you need to make a choice right now if you want to stick around or not, because this is me. When I'm live, I get very fired up and I do not censor myself. So if you don't get offended, but you just got kids around or sensitive ears, please go grab your headphones and put them on now. Thank you very much. So I'm assuming you signed up for a webinar like this for a reason, because you, my friend, want a highly profitable business. You also want to use your gifts, and I mean all of your gifts, to serve others. I bet that we have more than a few multi-passionate people like me on this webinar, so welcome, welcome, welcome. And finally, I believe that you probably want more freedom and more flexibility and the chance to make a difference in this world with your work and your life. Now, if all of this sounds good to you, then let me tell you, you are in the right place. And you want to know something even better? All of this and more is possible. I'm actually throwing confetti right now. You might be able to hear it, but confetti's going all over my computer because it's that good of news. Now, you may wonder, how can I be so confident about this? Well, first, see that little tot on the side of your screen? That's me. I've gone through this transformation myself. That's me at about 3 years old, sitting on my parents' plastic-covered couch in New Jersey. So, if you're wondering, and I know a lot of people do, if you're not familiar with my work or my history, no, I do not come from a wealthy family. My mom actually grew up in poverty, and I was raised in a very blue-collar, working-class neighborhood in New Jersey. Money in my household, it was often a source of stress and strain, which I know is probably true for many of you listening in too. Now, this second picture of me, oh my goodness, this is me after I'd cut off all my hair after being on Wall Street on the New York Stock Exchange. This was me after college and after many failed attempts at trying to work for someone else. At that point in my life, I was starting to think that something was seriously wrong with me. I was having so much trouble finding my place in the world because, quite frankly, I hadn't yet realized that I was a multi-passionate entrepreneur and I was meant to do my own thing. Now, this last picture, boom, that's me bartending, which is exactly how I supported myself after I decided to leave the steady paycheck and the health benefits and the normalcy of the corporate world to start my own business at the age of 23. So I poured drinks, I waited tables, I was a personal assistant, I cleaned toilets, you name it. I had side gigs, multiple side gigs, for 7 years before I was confident enough, emotionally and financially, to run my business full time. So, bottom line, why am I sharing this? My journey to where I am today was not fast. It wasn't easy. It wasn't funded by anyone else. I started my company when I was in tens of thousands of dollars of debt after college, and I've built it from the ground up, brick by brick. No MBA, no investors, and really no outside help. So, if you want the whole full story, after this webinar, go check out the 3-part video series at marieforleobschool.com. But for now, I have a question for you. So grab your journal or your webinar workbook. I want you to get ready to write some things down. What would it mean for you and for your life to have financial freedom? I want you to think about that for a second. What would it mean for you to take better care of yourself or your family if you had the resources? Would financial freedom mean less strain and less stress and struggle? Would it mean being able to go into a restaurant and not look at the right side of the menu? That was actually a big thing for me. Does it mean you could help fund your kids' education, or maybe take care of your parents, or maybe travel more? Or perhaps you want to do more for social causes that you really believe in. Now, the reason I want you to get clear on this is because one of the most incredible benefits of running a profitable, successful business is being able to create financial freedom both for yourself and for others. And having those strong, emotional, really truthful whys is going to help you stay firm on this journey. It's going to help you stay connected to your heart and stay motivated, especially when you hit difficult times, which happens for all of us. Now, I got another question for you. I want you to think about this and really tap into your heart. How good is it going to feel to wake up every single day knowing that you're doing the work that you were born to do? I gotta say, this is one of the most important reasons that I wanted to start and run my own business. As adults, we spend the vast majority of our time and our lives at work. And recent research shows that, at least here in the US, a whopping 70% of people are unhappy at work. Can you believe that? 70%. That has devastating effects on our health, on our happiness, on our relationships, and on our well-being, which has nothing to the economic detriment of productivity, both here in this country and around the world. My belief, we are not meant to be miserable. So I want you to know that yes, it is completely possible to wake up every single day, passionate and excited about your work. Now, let's be real, right? It's not going to be all rainbows and unicorns, but it can be extremely rewarding and satisfying and bring joy and meaning to your life. But I do want to be 100% clear. There are no shortcuts when it comes to running a business, right? There's no secret formulas. All of this takes time. It takes effort. It takes dedication. And yes, it takes a lot of hard work. But here's the thing. There is a proven path that radically increases your chances of success. Now, I've been able to share that path with almost 40,000 creatives. It's called B School. We'll talk more about that later. But first, let's investigate what are some of the things that may stop us from getting on this path or staying on this path in the first place. So over the years, I've seen 3 common fears that hold people back, right? First one, it's a biggie. Common fear number 1. I am so overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. So whether you're just starting out or you're working to get to that next level, overwhelm comes up again and again. So people often say to me, Marie, I get so lost in the research. There are just too many options available. And when I think about what to do next, man, I'm overwhelmed. I have all these to-dos and I have no idea how to prioritize them. Or sometimes they say, Marie, I have to wear too many damn hats. Between social media and website updates and admin tasks and actually doing the work, I have no idea how to start working on my business as opposed to in my business. Now, the pitfall with this fear is that you can end up just choosing some random strategy. Like you try something for a little bit, and if you don't see results right away, you fall into self-doubt and despair. You end up feeling like everything you've done is useless, so you move on to the next random tactic. Now, the good news here is you do not have to stay in overwhelm. And get this, you do not have to do all the things to be successful. It's really about being smart and strategic and mapping out a clear action plan for you, which is exactly what I hope this webinar will help you accomplish. Now, next up, common fear number 2. I'm not good enough. Oh my goodness. The most common fear, right? I'm not good enough. But here's the good news about this one. This is universal, people. All of us have this. I have this. Every talented person I know has this fear. We're afraid that we're not focused enough. We're not intelligent enough. We're not young enough. We're not old enough. We're not original enough. Or just plain old not good enough. If this is one of the fears that holds you back either from starting or getting to your next level, I want you to know, first, there's nothing wrong with you. But please hear me when I say this. That thought is not true and it's not you. You are good enough. I can tell you this, you would not have this dream in your heart right now if you also didn't have exactly what you need to make that dream a reality. And finally, common fear number 3, the one that holds us all back. Does the world really need another blank? Oh my goodness, I hear this all the time. People are already doing exactly what I want to do and they're doing it better and they have more experience. I've heard this one from photographers and singers and writers and t-shirt makers and yoga teachers, everybody across the whole creative spectrum. Now let me ask you this, really think about this for a second. What if Miss Oprah Winfrey, someone I love and admire, what if she said, you know what? Does the world really need another talk show host? Phil Donahue, man, he's got it all covered. Or what about if your favorite author, fiction or nonfiction, says, you know what? Does the world really need another book? There's a bajillion of them already. Or what about this one? Again, personal favorite. What if the owner of your favorite Italian restaurant said, you know what? Does the world really need another pasta joint? There's enough people making eggplant parm in the world. I don't have to add to the mix. I will tell you, Pepe Rosso here in New York City, you make the best eggplant parm. I love you. And I believe there's never enough eggplant parm in the world. Seriously though, just think about all the goodness that we would have missed out on if any of these people stopped at the thought that everything's been done already. I'm going to keep saying this over and over. I say it every week, but I'm going to say it until it sinks in. There has never been, nor will there ever be, another you. There is a unique, one-of-a-kind genius that is coded in your DNA. No one else on this whole planet has your skills, your stories, your perspective, or your point of view. And if you don't do everything you can to share it, the world will have lost something truly irreplaceable. It will have lost you. I want you to write this one down everywhere. Tattoo it on your forehead. You are a one-time mega event in the universe. In the freaking universe. I'm serious. I'm yelling because I'm passionate. You can't fuck around, people. We're not going to be on the planet that long. It's like a speck in time. Do not underestimate your magnificence. I'm serious about this one. Now, let's dive in. How to avoid the 5 biggest mistakes even smart entrepreneurs make. Mistake number 1, write it down. Your website sends traffic in the wrong direction, also known as the surprising links and widgets that can stop buyers dead in their tracks. All right, now I know this seems obvious, right? But your website really is the storefront of your business. And here's the fact, as any website owner will tell you, getting traffic to your site, it ain't easy. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, sometimes it takes money. But for some strange reason, a lot of people are making this big mistake putting all kinds of links and social media icons on their website that drive that precious traffic in the wrong damn direction, away from their business. Here's a little crude example. All right, this is my website. Do you see it? Oh my goodness, look at this. Bam! Look at this. Bam! Follow me on Pinterest, recommend me on Google. Bam! Like me on Facebook. Tweet at me. Another one, and maybe one more over here. Oh my goodness, think about that, right? Too much going on. I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine I had a physical store, right? Really cute store, and it was a clothing boutique here in New York City. And the moment somebody walked into my store, I literally took them by the hand, turned them around, walked them back out the door, and then escorted them down to another shop down the street. Now, why, as a smart entrepreneur, would I want to send valuable potential customers away from my business? I wouldn't do that, which is why I don't. Boom! That's what my website looks like, right? So much better. So look, if you are lucky enough to have someone visit your website, your goal is to, as quickly as possible, connect with them. Let them know they're in the right place, and ideally have an elegant and value-driven way to convert them into an email subscriber. Why, you may ask? So you can build trust and build a genuine relationship with them over time. Now, we're going to talk a lot more about email in a few minutes, but no matter what, here's what I want you to remember. Make sure social media takes a backseat on your website. Yes, really. I know a couple of you are screaming. You might be running away from your computer right now. This is heresy. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that in 2018. Yes, I said it. Here's the deal. I believe social media should be virtually non-existent on your website. And here's why. Because all you're doing is driving that really precious traffic, meaning potential customers, potential revenue, away from your site and over to the ultimate distraction mecca of social media. So here's what I want you to do instead. I want you to think twice before adding these plugins or features to your site. So think twice before you add your latest tweet or Instagram photo or Facebook post. Think twice before you have advertisements on your site. Again, some people can pull this off, but most people can't. Third, blog comments that automatically pull in a user's latest blog post. Think twice about that one. And also, when you're linking to other blogs or websites or resources, things that you like, you have to be very strategic about them. And if you do include links, please make sure they open up in a new tab. Every time I'm on the internet and I'm researching something and I click through to a link and then I get taken away from the original site, I really wish I could reach through the screen and just slap the website owner. Because I'm like, what are you doing? I want to be on your site and now I don't know where the hell I am. So really, just pay attention to these things. Now, there's a million more I could list, but I think you get the idea. Every single widget or plugin or feature on your website needs to have a strategic purpose. It must serve your bigger business goals. And if you don't know what those are, then honey, you need to get your butt in B-School like yesterday. All right, here are some tools I do recommend because they're designed to get people onto your email newsletter and, of course, spend more time with you on your site. So the first one is a hello bar, right? That's a little bar that can sit at the top of your site. It gives you a great place for a call to action like promoting your newsletter. I also really do like pop-ups and light boxes. And I know some of you, again, you're probably screaming just like you did when I said no social media on your site. I've gone through this with B-Schoolers for decades and they're, I don't want to do it. I hate them. I'm like, you hate money too? Do you hate results? Do you hate having a successful business? No? All right, then you need to put a pop-up on your damn site and just be quiet. There are ways to do this that are elegant. Thankfully, the technology has really advanced since when they first came out, and you can do things that are really fun and personable and that actually give your visitors a smile. Finally, think about sidebar or internal links that make your site sticky. So what does this mean? Some links or graphics that keep people exploring your site. So for example, On mine, we have our opt-in offer. We have some of our most popular Marie TV episodes. We have other pages that we link to that are internal, or even advertisements to our paid products. Key takeaway for you. Every single thing on your site must serve your top business goals. You have to prioritize thoughtfully. My opinion, your website should be your best unpaid 24/7 salesperson. As long as you design it that way, it's going to be that. Now, we teach you exactly how to do this in the B School, so if your website is not converting like it should, I do hope you join us. But no matter what, please promise me, don't add a bunch of random links or icons or advertisement to other people's stuff unless you consciously think it through first. Because if you do, you are sending traffic and customers and money in the wrong damn direction. So take action now. I want you to write this down. What is one simple change you can make to your website right now to start getting that traffic in the right direction? All right, now let's move on to mistake number 2. Building your business on property you don't own, which is also known as how to 45x your marketing investment using a tool everyone thought was dead. What are we talking about here, people? Little newsflash. You do not own the connection with your people on social media. This, my friends, is one of the scariest mistakes that I see so many people making these days, and it's pervasive everywhere I see it. Even super smart people are doing this. So many folks are trying to build their entire business on top of a social media platform alone. It's a key word, alone. I get so many people asking me, hey, Marie, I want to start something new. Should I start a new Instagram account? Should I start a new Facebook page? Should I get on Snapchat? What should I do? Here's the thing you have to understand. Social media is amazing. It's a great way to connect with folks, but do not build your business on a social platform alone. You're probably scratching your head. Why, Marie? Because you don't own those platforms. You don't own the Instagram. You don't own the Facebook. You don't own the Snapchat or the Pinterest, which means you don't really own or control the connection with your fans or your followers. If those platforms fold, if they make changes to their terms of service or they change their algorithm, ding, 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 you and your business are fucking foobarred, which brings me to how Facebook pulled off the biggest bait and switch in history and how to protect yourself in the future. So you guys probably remember this. Back in 2009, Facebook tried to convince everyone, and they did a great job of it, invest a ton of time and invest money to get people to follow them or like them on Facebook. You guys remember this, right? Big brands even bought enormously expensive Super Bowl ads to promote their Facebook fan pages. And the whole theory was this: we can connect with all the people that like our fan pages. We could do it for free. Free. We can talk with them all we want. But then, what happened? Yup. Facebook cut off nearly all non-promoted options. Everybody across the board saw organic reach plummet into the toilet. No longer could you reach all the people that you worked so hard and spent so much time and energy and money to build up. I want you to take a look at this graph from Social at Ogilvy. So what this shows is the average organic reach of content published on Facebook brand pages. So this is around 2013, 2014. You can kind of see all pages are the average red line, taken from about 12%, which is not great, all the way down to 6.15%. So from October 13 to February 2014. That lower gray line, that's pages that were doing bomb diggity well. That's pages over 500,000 likes. They went from 4% organic reach on average to down to 2. And right now that's about where it's hovering. And you have to remember, Facebook owns the Instagram. So if you don't think that those kind of changes are coming, I've got a bridge to sell you besides B School. All right, so this graph, this one actually charts the decline in organic reach against Facebook's stock price for that same period, October 2013, February 2014. Takeaway here, Facebook cares about their business, not yours. Now look, I ain't hating on Facebook. I love the Facebook. Facebook's a business. You and I are businesses, right? But all social media platforms are businesses, and you have to understand that they must prioritize their business, not yours. So here's my message to you. You have to be a wise and intelligent business owner. And I think this quote really sums it up. When you build your web presence on rented property, the landlord can up the rent at any time. I love this analogy, which I read in a comment on a blog post by Bob Hoffman. So this, my friends, is why I've been talking about the importance of email marketing since the early 2000s. Everybody keeps saying, email dead, me. You know what? Everybody who says email's dead is probably trying to sell you on a social media platform because they run a fucking social media company or a social media program. I am agnostic here. I don't run a social media marketing program. I don't run an email marketing platform. All I care about is that your business succeeds. And email marketing is one of the most underutilized channels for effective marketing still to this day. And there is data to back this up. Check it out. This is from McKinsey & Company. They found that email remains a significantly more effective way to acquire customers than social media, nearly 40 times that of Facebook and Twitter combined. 40 times. And here's the deal. I'm not bashing social. I love social media. I have such a damn good time on there. It's great for connection. It can be amazing for traffic generation and for networking. But the biggest mistake I see entrepreneurs making is going all in on a platform they don't own. Again, remember at the top of this section, I talked about doing that alone. When you do that, it makes you extremely vulnerable because when those platforms take a turn, which they all do, it could put you out of business. A few more bits of data to back this up. This is from a research done by Campaign Monitor. For every $1 spent on email marketing, you could make $45. I want you to think about that number for a second, right? Even if it's not perfectly accurate. Spend $1 and make 45? Man, mama will do that all day long. Like every day, all day. Spend $1, make 45. Here's more proof. This one is from DMA, the Direct Marketing Association. They found that email has a median ROI of 122%, which is over 4 times higher than social or direct mail, which used to be killer, and paid search. Now, here's the deal, of course. Making emails fun and something useful and something that people actually want to read and open, that's a whole other topic. We do go into this in depth in B-School, but for now, here's what I need you to know. The number one thing to remember is that building and nurturing your email list should be one of the top priorities in your business. Let me tell you one more story about this. This is one of our B-School grads. She's Michelle Lisa Anderson. She's an author and an addiction advocate. And for 3 years, her business was really more of a hobby than a career, as she calls it. While she did have a few hundred people on her email list, she wasn't really doing anything with them, right? She made about $12,000 total over those 3 years. Then she took B-School and she learned exactly how to capture and convert and really nurture her email list. So here's an example. She created an opt-in offer. She gave her subscribers a free guide called The 12 Tips Every Woman and Mother Needs to Know. Then she wrote a series of automated emails that go out every few days to introduce new readers to her work. And then every week she follows up with relationship tips. So it's nothing crazy fancy, right? You can just see her simple opt-in. By doing this, by putting a clear call to action on every page of her site, she wound up helping 150,000 women across the world. And because she sends her emails out on a regular basis, she has an open rate of 45%. That's crazy. Look at her results, right? She now has over 13,000 subscribers. She's made close to $200,000, which is such a far cry from 12,000 over 3 years. In fact, that is a 1,566% increase in revenue because she prioritized growing a channel that she owns and she prioritized building a relationship with them. Good job, mama. Here's a little bonus tip. One of the things I always hear, I don't have the time to do this. I don't have the time to implement these strategies. Something that Michelle wants to share. I have 6 children under the age of 16. So if I can do B-School as a busy mom, anyone can. That counts for B-School and that counts for implementing these strategies too. All right, so I want you to take action now. Write this down. What is one step you can take to up your email marketing game? Now, if you're going to be all, oh, I know this already. I already have names and emails on my list. Don't let yourself off the hook too soon. Now, if you don't collect names and emails, you know what you got to do. But if you already do, I want you to challenge yourself. There's always another level when it comes to email marketing. For example, should you test out a new opt-in offer with a new landing page? Should you learn how to write better subject lines or email copy? Should you email more consistently? Maybe you should do an engagement campaign or practice better list segmentation. There are so many things you can do to take up your email game that are just beyond, I collect names and emails. So whatever you choose, I want you to write it down, then do it. I'm going to take a sip of water because mama needs it. She's talking a lot. Agua. Okay, great. We're moving on. Mistake number 3, scrambling to get more traffic when you're not effectively capturing the traffic you already get. In other words, more traffic isn't always what you need to increase sales. So this mistake is about helping you work smarter, not harder. So before you spend a ton of time or money trying to get more traffic to your site, first make sure you're doing everything you can to convert the traffic you're already getting. So here's an example. Let's say 100 people come to your website on any given day, and you average around a 5% conversion rate, meaning 5 people subscribe to your email list each day. Rather than launching some big lead-driving campaign, why not try a few tweaks? Do a few things to your website. See if you can drive up that conversion rate. So for example, you might test a new lightbox. You could test some better copy, maybe a new opt-in offer. Whatever you can do to bump up those conversions, maybe you can reach something like 10%, right? Or 10 subscribers per day. So even though you're getting the same traffic, by being smarter, you've just doubled your list growth. So remember, more traffic isn't always what you need to grow your sales. And here's an example. So this is Jackie Fenton. She is a B School grad. She owns a yoga studio and doesn't necessarily need thousands and thousands of names and emails on her list because she only has so much space in her classes and her studio, and she's a local business owner. So she's effectively focusing on capturing people who are already finding her site, and she wanted to just connect with them and nurture that relationship. So here's how she did it. Really simple, right? This light box. She's inviting people to sign up for her newsletter, and she offered a free download about the 9 poses to get a stronger core. Now, this one strategy helped her double her email list in about 6 months. Check out her results. So here's Jackie's growth. By working smarter and not harder, she was able to quit her part-time job to focus 100% on her yoga studio. She started paying herself. Yes, mama. She launched teacher training and workshops that continue to sell out. And then the big one, this is awesome. Bam! She grew from 40 members to over 150, which is a 275% increase in her studio membership. And she told us that she's planning to grow her studio into a wellness center and adding physical therapy and other health services too. So I just want you to think about this for a second, right? What would an increase in sales like that do for your business? 275%. That's big. Little quick tip here. If you want to grow your list without any technical know-how, you got to check this out. This will help you, especially if you are active on social media. You might want to consider this. So this is B School grad Sean Andrews, who is a mixed media artist. She left the corporate world a few years before her 50th birthday. She creates stencils, collage elements, wood prints, and even runs workshops for other artists. So she went through her website, she optimized the whole thing so visitors were encouraged to join her email list. She created an opt-in and she highlighted it on her homepage, her about page, and she even created a new landing page just for that. Now, here's what she said. I started focusing on my email list and using my social media sites to draw back to my email instead of investing in the social sites, and have gained almost 200 new subscribers in 2 months. Check out how she did it and how you can too. So this is her Instagram profile, right? Her little bio. It says mixed media artist offering e-workshops, art, stencils, and more. Subscribe to my website and get 20% off in the shop instantly. See how smart she is? See what she's done there? She is encouraging people on Instagram to sign up for her newsletter, and she wisely offers a discount code in exchange for their email. This is so smart. This is something anyone listening right now can emulate, and you should emulate. Cool? All right, let's move on to mistake number 4. Trying to be everything to everyone, which is also known as why proactive sales prevention can be your biggest sales booster. And yes, I did say proactive sales prevention. Y'all probably scratching your head. Here's the thing. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. And this is why customers love sales prevention. You and your team only have so much time and energy and bandwidth. Even if you're a solo shop owner right now, you only have so much time and energy and bandwidth. When you focus your energy on a few things versus scatter it around trying to be everything to everyone, you can deliver outstanding products and services, and you can deliver an amazing customer experience. Now, when you're crystal clear about the services you offer and who exactly they're for, I promise you, you are going to attract ideal customers who are going to want to work with you, and they'll be overjoyed about it. Here's Cynthia. She's a B School grad, and she's a great example of this. So she runs a content writing firm, and when her business was new, she had a few clients, and she had very little clarity in her business. So here's what she tells us. She says, I was trying to sell to big companies as well as solopreneurs, and I felt totally lost. I knew my website sucked. I knew I had to scale to ever make money beyond my hourly rate, but doing those things seemed like light years away. Now, Cynthia offered everything from technical writing to sales coaching to writing courses, and she said altogether it was probably like 100 things. I offered to do everything I had ever done in my whole life. Bottom line, she was trying to be everything to everyone, and it was killing her and her business. But then when Cynthia took B School and followed our advice, she made a change. Check this out. She stopped trying to speak to businesses with national locations. She dropped services that no one was buying, and she focused on replicating the audience of clients who were actually buying. It's a huge insight right there. I doubled my income in March and tripled it in May. By October, I had my first $10,000 month. And to put that into perspective, in January, my income was $200. Plus, listen to this, right? Cynthia has since hired 2 employees. She feels valuable. She feels empowered. She's giving back to charities that help girls become business leaders. And she's even taken on a new leadership role in her networking group. She told us, I am more confident and I understand what my purpose is. My business feels like freedom. Yes, Cynthia. And when we look at it from a numbers perspective, right, here's what Cynthia was able to achieve. That's a 4,900% increase in monthly revenue. Bam! Those kind of numbers get a girl like me excited. So you have to ask yourself this. Are you trying to cater to everyone? Seriously. Are you trying to be everything to everyone? Spreading yourself way too thin. Everybody, I can help everybody. Now answer this honestly. How's that working for you? I bet you it's not. But you know what? You can make a change. So I want you to take action now. How can you simplify to amplify in your business? How can you prevent some sales to help boost your revenue and profit? Think about it. Write it down. Get it done. Now we are moving on to mistake number 5. Resisting, detesting, delegating, or avoiding marketing, also known as the surprising truth about marketing that most people will never understand. And I really want you to pay attention to this because I promise you this mindset shift can forever change your game. So I'm curious, when it comes to marketing and that word, what pops in your mind? What are the words that come to your mind when I say marketing? Come on, put them in the chat. Say it, do it. Is it something like this? Bam! This guy chewing on a cigar, probably a little greasy. Maybe one of my ancestors, right? Little Italian guy. I don't know. I can say that because I am Italian. Anyway, most people have associations with the word marketing, something like slimy and grimy and aggressive and unethical and dishonest and pushy and aggressive. However, there's a big difference between modern marketing and slimy marketing. Here's what I want you to understand. If you feel any resistance around marketing, you've got to realize something. In every single walk of life, there are people who are ethical and honest and upstanding, and unfortunately, there are others who are not. Now, we see this in business, we see this in government, we see this in financial services, in science, in the medical field, in entertainment, you name it. Across every industry, there are genuine leaders, there are people that you can trust, and unfortunately, there are people who are dishonest and unethical. And nowhere is this more obvious than in the realm of marketing. This is why so many of us, rightfully so, have this deep, visceral, and negative association with marketing. But here's the deal. We're not even aware that another option exists, but it does. And here's why it's so important to master modern marketing. If you have a product or service you believe in and you don't do everything you can to market the heck out of it, you are stealing from those who need you most. This is the truth about marketing that most people never realize. Modern marketing is not about being slimy or sleazy or scammy. It's not about tricking people. It's not about taking advantage of people or trying to get someone to do something they don't want to do or buy something that they really don't need. It is not about preying on people's insecurities or manipulating people in any kind of negative way. In fact, when done right, modern marketing brings out the best of your humanity, not the worst. And here's what I mean by that. Effective modern marketing really embodies honesty, empathy, compassion, creativity, generosity, service, respect, kindness, inspiration, and yes, love. All of those traits, I want you to look at them right now. When you are living through that, when you are activating those traits from your soul, you will become a better person. You become the person you most want to be. So here's the deal. You have all of this inside you, right? You don't have to go figure this out. I can teach you strategies, but the core essence of what you need is already in you. So you have what it takes to be an effective modern marketer. Here's a little example from my own business, right? Here's what we do every week. Some of you might know this. Our free content through Marie TV and our podcast and anything that we share on social media, our emails. I've been doing this since the year 2000, sending out email content, writing blog posts. Eventually Marie TV came along. But here's the deal. Our goal is to be honest and inspiring and generous with everything that we do. And I know that the vast majority of people that consume our free content, they may never buy something, and that's fine. I get to express my gifts. And then the folks who do want to work with us, my goodness, we've built up trust, because you know why? They're not going to come into a program when they see me on Marie TV wearing a wig and singing around on a green screen and then go, oh, I expect her to be different in B school. It's like, no, you're going to see wigs and me dancing around on a green screen. It's amazing. It's this beautiful thing. And even though this is my business model, there's a way for every industry, no matter what you do, to take these traits of modern marketing and use them to catapult your business. Now, if part of you is still resisting this idea, you may be saying something like this to yourself. Marie, I don't want to do the marketing. I just want to do the work I love. I don't want to spend all my time marketing. I want to be the ideas person. No. Listen, whether you learn it from me or you learn it from someone else, you have got to learn modern marketing. Otherwise, this resistance is going to put you in the poorhouse. I'm just going to be straight about that. It will kill your business or severely limit your chances of not only reaching financial freedom, but more importantly, limit the difference you can make in the world. I'm going to tell this to you straight. Every single business owner that I've ever met who is successful, even if they don't do the day-to-day marketing themselves, they love it, they understand it, they see the value in it, and they contribute to it in some way. They just don't delegate it. So even if you plan to have people help you with your marketing now or down the line, you must be an educated business owner. If you're so disgusted by marketing that you don't even want to touch it, I got to be honest here. You should really second guess whether or not you really want to run a business. Because otherwise, what you're signing up for is a life of under-earning, a life of being taken advantage of by others, and a life of push and struggle and beating yourself up. Okay? Another resistant point that I hear about marketing, that again, total BS, but Marie, my industry is different. I got news for you. Your industry is not different. You are not a special snowflake. We have to get over special snowflake syndrome. The reason I can say that with such confidence is because we've had businesses in B School from over 160 industries across 130 countries, and that number is counting. Wow, that was a strange word, countries. Sorry, you guys, but you know what I meant. Now, every kind of business you can think of has been through our doors. So I'm saying this from my heart to yours. As long as you sell to humans, modern marketing is for you. Whether you learn it from me or someone else, you need to learn it. Never forget that it's your job to sell your products and your services. It's your job to demonstrate that your products and your services are as awesome as they actually are. So don't put it on your prospects to figure that out for themselves. It's not their job to find you. It's your job to find them. Take action now. So I'm going to have another sip of water, and I want you to think about what's one step you can take to master modern marketing. Write it down. Write it down. Now, of course, I'm biased. I want you to join us for B School. But again, whether you learn it from me, you learn it from someone else, or you learn it on your own, please learn it because it will serve you for the rest of your life. Congratulations! You did it. We just made it through those 5 mistakes. Let's review what we've learned. So, if you want to have a profitable modern business, here are the 5 action steps to take to build it and avoid those mistakes that even smart entrepreneurs make. Number 1, simplify your website. Number 2, prioritize your email. Number 3, optimize your traffic. Number 4, prevent sales. Simplify to amplify. And number 5, embrace modern marketing. So can you see how valuable it is to have those clear steps? Have steps that actually create results? I truly hope you do. Now, obviously, I have got a lot more to share on this topic. If you like my style, you should join us for the B School, which is what we're going to talk about next before we get to Q&A. Marie Forleo's B School, Make Money, Change the World. That's me. It is the online business school for modern entrepreneurs. So Here's the truth. B-School is a transformative 8-week experience to help you start and grow a profitable business. And you really get to learn to use your gifts to run a business that matters. So inside the program, we teach you timeless marketing principles that'll help you attract new customers, optimize those conversions, increase your sales and profits. So whether you want to turn your part-time gig into your full-time business, if you want to take your existing company to new heights, or you want to start a business from scratch, or honestly, even if you want to be an entrepreneur and just rise the ranks within your company, B-School is for you. And if you have any doubts about how powerful this experience is, I want you to hear from some of our grads. So this is Tiffany Roth. We love Tiffany. She shares, my business started with no revenue, and 1 year later, I was making nearly $15,000 a month. Now I'm able to work from home and control my own schedule, which is particularly valuable since I have a 5-month-old and an 8-year-old. Tiffany's story echoes so many B-Schoolers that we have who are moms and who want more freedom and more flexibility. And an online business and learning these strategies helps you get there. This is Erin. Oh my gosh. First of all, can I talk about how much I love her flowers? Oh, I love them so much. She's the owner of Floret Flower Farm. She shares, I've transformed my little home-based business from a struggling flower farm into a globally recognized brand. I was able to grow a 25,000-person mailing list, increase our earnings exponentially, sell out 26 workshops, land a book deal, launch a product line, get featured in magazines, and bring my husband home from his 9 to 5. Erin, congrats. Or you can think about Marta, who's a private tour guide in Spain. She says, my first B-School year, I doubled my invoicing. The next year, I reached 6 figures. This year, I've already invoiced $200,000. I'm taking my life back, and I have time to go to the gym again in the evenings. Yes, Marta! I'm taking the weekends and Wednesdays off, too. Very rare for a tour guide. And then one last story. Chandy's, oh my goodness. She says, I was alone, fearful, and hesitant. I knew I wanted to start this business, and B-School changed everything. My 5th year in business, we crossed $1 million. And by the way, can I just tell y'all, Chandy sells yarn. She's the founder of Expression Fiber Arts. So if you're thinking to yourself, everyone's a coach, everyone's a, you just need to sit down and be humble. Chandy's doing now over 1.8 million in revenue with yarn. So just take that and smoke on it for a little bit. She shares, we now have a 25,000 square foot workspace. She's moved from Alaska to sunny North Carolina. My husband quit his job, and we have 5 employees who we pay well. So now what I want to do is walk you through the actual curriculum in B-School. So let's start off with Module 1. Changing the world through profit clarity. So profit clarity is so damn important. This module is where we set the foundation for your business and for the rest of the program. It's probably one of my favorite modules in the whole program. We teach you really how to understand the numbers and how to set yourself up to fly. So many people worry about having too much competition and how are they going to stand out in the marketplace. And we walk you through step by step a series of exercises so you can really hone in on your unique message, what makes you different, capitalize on that, and make it part of your brand. Module 1 is super, super powerful, and it lays the foundation for a strong business, truly for the rest of your life. Module number 2, creating a website that converts and sells. So this goes way deeper than what we talked about in this webinar. We teach you everything that you could possibly want to know about how to create a website that sells and doesn't suck. Whether you want to keep it really simple and have a simple single page landing site, or you want to go Shopify, you want to go WordPress, you want to go, what's the other one? Squarespace. Yes. So everything that you could possibly want to know about websites to take back control so you're not paying a bunch of people a ton of money and you can do everything yourself, we teach you in Module 2. Module 3 is all about designing a winning communication strategy. So this one is, how do you plan to consistently connect with your market? I show you loads of examples so you don't have to turn yourself into a newsletter factory. You don't have to constantly be creating tons of free content or blog posts if you don't want to. There are many, many different ways to create a winning communication strategy that works to nurture and build your list and that relationship with your customers, and we help you do that in Module 3. Module 4 is all about really increasing traffic, growing your list, and amplifying your reach. So as you know, if you have a website, it's not like the Field of Dreams. Kevin Costner was wrong. You can't build it and they will come. That is not how it works. So in this module, we go through just a number of free strategies to just drive targeted traffic to you. And also, if you do have a little bit of money and you want to experiment with some inexpensive paid ads, we show you how to do that as well. Module 5 is all about how to create raving fan customers with outstanding offers. Oh my goodness, I love this one because I'm going to teach you how to position or reposition what you do so that people see it in a way and they're like, I got to have that. Here's my credit card. By the end of this module, you will know how to position, how to price, how to deliver products and services that not only set you apart, but that really create outstanding customer experiences so that you can have true raving fans. And then in module 6, it's marketing, marketing, marketing mania. We have so much fun. As you know, if you've been paying attention, marketing is the lifeblood of any sustainable business. And this last module is so crucial because I want to help you master the tools of authentic influence so that you can inspire more customers to buy now. You're going to learn how to write head-turning headlines, blog post titles, social media updates, everything that can increase engagement and sales, and do it in a way that's really true to your voice. We're going to talk about why customer procrastination can ruin your business if left unchecked and what you should do about it instead. And once you understand this bit, you understand all of what we teach you in these core modules, I have to tell you, it doesn't matter how technology or their platforms change, you are going to thrive because you're going to understand the psychology of human beings, and you will have all the tools that you need to set your path of continued growth. Now, all those 6 core modules, they're worth at least $10,000, and that's not an exaggerated estimate. You can talk to any of our B-School grads and they will tell you, but that's just the core modules alone. You also get a ton of advanced training, starting with getting started with WordPress, Squarespace, and Shopify. So this is a very comprehensive, nuts and bolts kind of training that walks you through exactly how to set up your own professional, easy to update website. So we've hand-selected the 3 most popular platforms so you can choose the right software for you and your budget and your business. Next, we'll help you set up your metrics and analytics. This is a training that covers everything you need to know and nothing you don't about how to set up Google Analytics, which is our web metrics tool of choice. You're also going to learn which metrics matter in your business and which don't, and how to use them to really promote your growth and change over time. Next, smart marketing for product-based businesses. I love this one. So while all the marketing strategies we cover in business apply, whether you sell physical goods or services, when you're selling physical goods, there are some unique challenges. So if you're a product-based business owner, you're going to get specific fun sheets just for you and 2 professional e-commerce B-School mentor coaches to guide your experience, which I think is invaluable. Next up, SEO basics. So you're going to learn how to set up your sitemap, research relevant keywords, and really understand how to use meta tags and title tags. So this step-by-step tutorial is going to help you set up the foundation to make your website SEO smart from the start. Next up, all about opt-ins, right? We talked about that on this webinar a lot, but here you're going to learn the ins and outs and also understand how to add those forms to your website and make sure that your new subscribers receive exactly what you promised. Then, and I love this one, how to grow your list at hyper speed. So speaking of list growth, in this masterclass, which is so damn good, you're going to learn how to use inexpensive Facebook ads to double and triple your list growth in a fraction of the time. Then, PR strategies to make you a business celebrity. So this one, you're going to learn how to get blogs and magazines and TV shows to highlight your business so you can spark a surge in sales. You're going to learn 5 things you must have before pitching a media outlet. You're going to get a cheat sheet to help you find the right media outlets who would love to feature you. And then learn how to deliver interviews that will have customers drooling over your every word. This is actually one of my favorite bonuses, systems, teams, and massive productivity. So many people ask me how we get things done in our business, and they're so curious about what happens behind the scenes, even though you guys see Marie Forleo's, Team Forleo, on Marie TVs all the time. In this particular bonus, I want to teach you how to not drown in business chaos. I want to show you our internal playbook for productivity and project management and hiring A players. Then this is another fun one. I keep saying they're all my favorite, but it's because they're all really good. So how to grow from 6 to 7 figures. So if you have a dream in your heart, which by the way, you don't have to want this as a goal. Some people do, some people don't. Your dreams are your dreams, and we want to keep them your dreams. But if you do dream of running $1 million business, this closed door training is where I share some of the key psychological and behavioral changes that I needed to make in order to make that jump from multiple 6 figures to 7 figures and beyond. Next up, how to get fantastic testimonials. You guys know this. This is crucial for every type of business. Social proof, it's important. Customers want to see real success stories before they buy. And this bonus teaches you a proven step-by-step system to get testimonials no matter what it is that you sell. And then we're coming back to social media because, again, a lot of people ask me how we handle it. So this training is our answer to the overwhelmingness of social media. I'll teach you how I prioritize our efforts, how we engage with our customers, and how we really build our social media plan to be sustainable so it doesn't get unwieldy and just take over our lives. And that's just a few of the bonuses, right? That's just a couple. Can you believe it? Now, the moment when you sign up for B-School, which I hope you're doing right now, you're going to get immediate access to 3 other programs that you can start right away. This is one of the most bomb diggity bonuses ever. Start the right business. So I'm going to just read this to you because it's so powerful what Katie said. This has been life-changing. Seriously, this piece alone sums up the bulk of why I think I've struggled so much as a business owner. I missed all of this when I started out ages ago, and I'm so grateful to be getting it now. It's never too late. Thank you again. Such amazing content. I found it to be extremely valuable, even though I've been in business for 15 years. So if you're one of those people like, I really want to do a B-School, but I don't have an idea, or I have 17,000 ideas, or I have an idea, but it's unproven and I don't know if it's going to work. Holy cow, you have got to get yourself in B-School and get started with Start the Right Business right now. It'll be like Clarity Church for you. I mean, the spirits are going to come down and set you on your path. I'm telling you, it is that powerful. Next, the follow-through formula. This one is so fun. This one will help you stop the madness, stop the insanity of a dozen half-finished projects. This is especially rampant with us creatives, right? Creative idea makers were like, I have 15 things and half of them are never going to get done. This follow-through formula will teach you how to decide what's important and eliminate what's not, and you're going to get instant access to this productivity course as soon as you register. It is so good. It's going to help you supercharge not only through B-School, but through your life. And then third, surprise! This one's not even on our registration page. It's called Strategies for Unstoppable Success. This was a closed-door training, and it was something that was given to a private audience that paid up to $2,000 to attend this particular event. I think you're going to love it. It's audio. It's very raw, so that is another headphones moment. Don't let the kids listen to that one. It's really good. All right, but here's the deal. It's not just about the trainings. It's also about the mentor coaches in B-School. Yes, when you enroll in B-School, you are going to work with our business mentor coaches. These are professional business owners who are also B-Schoolers who run their own successful businesses, and they're there with us through the live program, and they're incredible. They provide so much guidance. So you're going to see folks that are experts in website design and development, people to help you with your copywriting, e-commerce experts, product launch experts, business growth and development experts, and yes, life coaching experts. It's not just about the coaches though, because it's also about the community. And the moment that you join, if you know anything about our brand, oh my goodness, you become a part of this instant global community. And after running this program for 9 years, I can tell you without hesitation, it is one of the most kind, generous, supportive communities you will ever find online. And I got to tell you the other reason that this is important. Loneliness is one of the silent entrepreneurial killers. It's as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. There's a new study, you can Google that. When you're an entrepreneur, most times you don't have a lot of people around you who really understand what you want to do, especially when you want to do it in the online world. They're like, what? Shouldn't you just have a real job? What the hell are you doing? Is this real? Is this a scam? It's like, no. You need to be around people who get you. You need to be around people who are supportive in a forward-moving environment and who can help you. Because I'll tell you this, when you put yourself in a community, in an environment that supports you to succeed, you can 5 to 20x the speed and side of your results. Here's a little comment that landed on our Facebook page recently. I love this one. So Inga is based in the Netherlands, and she and 16 other Dutch B-schoolers got together over the holidays to talk about business and life. Get this, in a friggin' hot tub. I commented back, I'm like, can I come out? This sounds like a party. It's like a business party. So this is just a taste of what B-school relationships are like. We've had B-schoolers create their own retreats. We've had them form business partnerships. They've organized local meetups, and we've even had 2 B-school weddings, which I think is so badass. So in the program, you're going to make connections, you're going to get support, you're going to build relationships with other like-minded creatives that will honestly last for the rest of your life. And then, of course, it's not just those guys, right? It's not just the mentor coaches. You have Team Forleo and a professional customer support team that is there to take care of you. And you got me, crazy ass me. I'm going to be in the member area comments. I'm in the Facebook group. I'm coaching you. I'm supporting you the whole way. So I just can't see the downside to this. It's like, if you want to grow, then get your butt in B-school. So let's review everything that you get. So we'll start off with the core 6 pillars training. Then you get those advanced bonus trainings, 13 of them. You get done for you swipe files and resource lists and templates. You get expert mentor coaching. You get the global community, which really is priceless. And you get live group coaching with me. I think Brett really sums it up best. She's one of our grads. She says, I actually felt that I learned more practical, hands-on tools than when I received my MBA. And that to me is a very valuable thing. So the total value in B-School is at least $20,000. It's over it, but you're not going to pay anything near that. In fact, you can get started with B-School right now. If you take advantage of our 12 payment plan, just $199. That's one payment now and 11 installments to follow up. Or if you just want to go for the whole kit and caboodle, $1,999 is the one pay. All you need to do is click the link below this video, get the sign up details. You can choose the 12 payment plan or the one-time payment, whichever works best for you. Once you click through that link, you're going to see all the details about B-School. Click enroll now, and then you'll see this next page. It says, you're almost there. You're almost there. Keep going. Put your information in. And when you put it all in, it should take less than 60 seconds. And then there's actually a special surprise waiting for you the moment that you complete your enrollment. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get a unique username and password sent to you via email. You're going to log into the member area. You're going to get started with the follow-through formula and start the right business. And then B-School with all the modules starts on March 5th. So mark your calendar. Again, get everything by clicking the link below. Now, I got to say this. If any part of you feels nervous or you're like, oh my God, should I do it? I really want to do it. I don't know if I can do it. If you're feeling that, it is totally understandable, and it's really normal to have those butterflies before you do something that's big and life-changing. But there are 2 more important things that I want you to know. First, when you're a B-schooler, you are a B-schooler for life. That means you take the program, you pay once, and you never have to pay again. For as long as B-School is in existence, this is our 9th year, I plan on being around for a while, you never have to pay again. I have B-schoolers coming back and doing the program every single year, all the way from the first one back in 2010. In fact, Denise Duffield-Thomas, who runs a multi-million-dollar business, comes back every year and she uses it to help her business grow bigger and better. And I gotta say, the wisest and the most successful B-schoolers, they all do that. And every year we invest time and money and resources to make the program even better. So once you're in, you can take it as many times as you want. And here's the other thing that you need to know. You can join B-School 100% risk-free. Look, I've been in business for 18 years now. This is my 9th year doing this. I am not here to swindle anybody. I am here to transform lives. That is my mission on this planet. This program has the power to profoundly change your life. That's not hype. That's based on the results from past students who stayed in action. I know that we've sent out links. We have over 185 case studies. You can go and check that out for yourself. I am so confident that if you do the work, you are going to get tremendous value. And here's the deal. If you test drive the first 2 modules of B-School, do the actual work. If by 12 p.m. on March 18th, 2018, you don't think it's the right fit for you, just email our support team, show us your completed coursework. We will issue you a full refund. You have nothing to lose. I don't want anyone feeling unsafe. As a person who didn't grow up with much, someone who started my business in debt, I take this very, very seriously. So I want you to know that we've got your back. As long as you're willing to work, You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So here are a few more words from our grads. This is Maya. She said, I got my money's worth during the first week of B School, and then it just keeps getting better and better. Yes, it does. Here's Mai. She said, I tripled my mailing list, quadrupled my piggy bank, and helped angel invest the beach house my hubby and I had always dreamed of. This is really happening. This is no fairy tale. This is my life. Yes, girl, it is. This is Shane. Okay, Shane. I've increased my mailing list a little by over 300%. My month-over-month revenue has increased by 3x. B School works. It's made my business thrive, and there's only more to come. Yes, mister, there is. All right, if you're saying to yourself, but Marie, I don't have a business yet. Did you forget already about Start the Right Business? Start the Right Business has got your back. It is included as a bonus you get at the moment that you log in. I want to share Karen's story. Karen was a B Schooler from last year. She's amazing. She came into the program just knowing that she had to start a new business, but not knowing what the heck it could be. She'd been an acupuncturist for 20 years. She says, I'm thrilled to share that my product is now a reality. I have 20 real-life testers about to receive 8 breakfast cure bundles and 2 bonus packets. Now my business is real and my heart is more filled with gratitude with each beat. She also shared this. She says, I feel amazing because not only did I bring my idea into full reality in 8 weeks, but I also created an automation to deliver recipe reviews to my testers each week. Boom. I can't even believe I know or I care what that is, which made me laugh so hard. I thought that was the best thing ever. Anyway, this is Elizabeth. She's another person, came into B School. She had no idea what she wanted to do, right? She told us she was crying every day on her way home from work. Her jaw ached from 24/7 clenching. She was 100% convinced that she was well on her way to developing a stress-induced disease. Something about B School sparked this kernel of hope in her heart, so she signed up with nothing more than fate and that persistent gut feeling that she was meant to be there. She shares, I was working in a job that sucked the life out of me. I would dream about my retirement, wishing away most of my life. 2 years later, I no longer work at that job. I am an artist selling paintings and prints and note cards to inspire people's lives. She does this full time, people, full time. She didn't know what the hell was going. She came in. I just think that's amazing. I think it's amazing. Okay, here's another common concern. I own a restaurant. I own a coach. I am create fine art. I'm a freelancer. I own a nonprofit. I sell physical products. I work for government agencies. Will B School work for me? This is another special snowflake question. Here's what I have to share. So we have grads from 160 industries across 130 countries. I want you to stop thinking the special snowflake syndrome. You're not a special snowflake. You're amazing. There's only one of you on the planet, but you're not a special snowflake in this regard. If you sell to humans and you want to use the internet as part of your business and you actually like our style and you've read the curriculum and you've checked it all out, then yes, B School will benefit you. Now, here's an example, though, of someone who actually, quite frankly, she could be a special snowflake, but she's not because she's much smarter than that. So this is Rebecca Halls. She is a professional hoop dancer, choreographer, and yoga teacher. So Rebecca had this kind of crazy idea, right? To combine her passions and create the world's first ever hula hooping festival, but said no one had ever done this before. She didn't have a model to follow. So she joined B School because she needed a roadmap to navigate her way through the process of creating a business in a new industry that had never been done. Cut to, Rebecca's Hula Hoop Festival is now in its 5th year and has traveled everywhere from Berlin to Los Angeles to Prague. Gosh, if Rebecca can use B School to create the world's first traveling hula hoop festival, then I really think you can use B School in your business. I'm just saying. All right. Other people saying, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time. All right, good. Let's tackle this. I love you. So my gift in the world is helping people get streamlined and maximize what they can do in the minimum amount of time possible. Nobody has the time to spend 10 hours in the B School member area every day. Most of our students, they've got kids, they've got full-time jobs, they've got other businesses, they have something going on, and most people have a lot going on. And I want to share with you this recent study that's been very inspiring to me lately. So in a study published by the American Management Journal, they tracked a representative group of about 5,000 entrepreneurs over 14 years. And their research found that those who kept their day job while starting a company were 33% less likely to fail than those who went all in. What's that tell you? Slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to have a ton of time to do B School. You just have to set aside consistent time and make this thing happen. You can go at your own pace. Remember, I had side gigs for 7 years and look at me now. And if you still have doubts about time, listen to this. Mariah She says, I did B-School with a newborn, a 2, a 4, and a 6-year-old. Now I work from home making almost as much as I did as a physical therapist in half the time. And I'll easily surpass what I made as a physical therapist within the next 3 years to come. I control my destiny now. That phrase, I control my destiny now. I want you to look at that sentence and ask yourself, is that true for you yet? If it's not, it can be. And this phrase means so much to me. So when I was about 8 years old, my parents got divorced. It was not a good time, as anyone who's ever experienced divorce, but at 8 years old, I didn't know what was happening. All I knew was that my parents were constantly fighting about money. When the day happened where the divorce papers were signed, my mom was crying in our kitchen hysterically. She was talking to her mom in Florida, and all I remember saying was, I have nothing. I have nothing. I have no way to take care of the kids. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's all over. She hung up the phone. She bent down. She took me by the shoulders and she shook me. And she said, the one thing I had to do was to take care of myself in this life. She says, never let anyone control your money. I want you to grow up. I want you to be smart. I want you to be independent. I want you to make your own money and take care of yourself. That experience really affected me, and it set me on a course of wanting to control my own destiny, and specifically wanting to create financial independence and wanting to take care of people so they didn't experience the kind of stress and pain that I experienced. So when I see that phrase, I control my destiny now, and when I look at my company, and when I look at the hundreds of case studies of women and men, quite frankly, who now control their destinies, this is what I was put on the planet to do. This is possible for you. If you want this and you resonate with what we teach, what we stand for, and how we do it, please join us. I want to help you be able to say that phrase and wake up to that phrase every single day. So with that, thank you so very much for joining us today. I hope you got tremendous value out of this class. And I have to say, if you feel it in your heart that it's your time to stand up and say, yes, I control my destiny now, then go ahead and click that button below and join us for B-School. Thank you again. Can't wait to talk to you soon.